It was a sunny afternoon in Boston's North End, January 15, 1919. A day that would go down in history for being, well, sticky. For years, a massive molasses tank, 50 feet tall and holding over 2 million gallons, had loomed over the neighborhood. It belonged to the Purity Distilling Company, which used molasses to make industrial alcohol. Why? Because Prohibition was coming, and Americans were panic-buying booze ingredients like it was the end of the world. The tank, however, had one tiny flaw: it leaked. Constantly. Locals joked about it. Kids collected the drips in tin cups. The company's brilliant solution: paint it brown so no one would notice. Because nothing says safety first like matching paint to syrup. Then came that fateful day. The temperature had jumped from freezing to mild overnight. Workers had just pumped in a fresh batch of warm molasses from the Caribbean, on top of the cold, thick syrup already inside. The result: internal pressure building like a shaken soda bottle of doom. At 12:30 p.m., the city heard a sound like a gunshot or a freight train hitting a drum set. The tank exploded, and from it poured chaos. A 25-foot-tall wave of molasses surged through the streets at 35 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, that's faster than most people run, especially when waist-deep in syrup. Buildings shattered, trucks flipped. A city street became a caramel river of doom. One witness said the ground shook like an earthquake. Another called it a dark wall advancing with a rumble. And everyone agreed it smelled delicious, terrifyingly delicious. Horses pulling wagons disappeared under the sludge. People tried to run, but every step was like being sucked into pancake batter. Some were knocked off their feet and trapped beneath debris. Rescuers rushed in, only to find themselves stuck, boots glued in place. It was said that the more you fought, the more you sank. A nearby firehouse collapsed under the force. Firefighters were pinned in a syrupy mess as rescuers sawed through wreckage to reach them. The Red Cross, police, and Navy sailors all joined in. The city turned into a rescue scene that smelled like a bakery gone wrong. When it was all over, 21 people were dead and about 150 injured. The scene was heartbreaking, people and animals coated in sugar. It took weeks to clear the wreckage and months to wash the molasses out of streets, basements, and even the harbor. Boston Harbor reportedly ran brown for days, and for years locals swore you could still smell molasses every time the weather turned warm. Then came the lawsuits. The company that owned the tank, the U.S. Industrial Alcohol Company, blamed anarchists, because of course they did. But investigators found the truth. The tank was poorly built, never tested, and the steel was thinner than recommended. The manager had literally ignored the leaks everyone could see and taste. After 5 years of court battles, the company paid out about $1 million in damages, roughly $17 million today. It also sparked major safety reforms, requiring engineering inspections for large structures. Basically, Boston suffered so future engineers could have common sense. A century later, the disaster is remembered as one of the strangest industrial accidents in U.S. history. It was deadly, tragic, and undeniably absurd. Fun fact: in 2019, on the 100th anniversary, Boston firefighters held a ceremony to honor the victims. The North End is molasses-free now, but on hot summer days, some still claim to catch a faint whiff of sugar in the air. The moral: if your storage tank leaks so